Rain poured heavily that night. Not the normal kind of rain. The kind that hides screams. The kind that washes away blood. A young man ran through the streets barefoot, exhausted, terrified. His breath was uneven. His heart pounded like it wanted to escape his chest. Behind him, men with guns. Relentless, silent, deadly. Bang! A bullet hit the wall beside him. He fell hard to the ground. "Why are you chasing me?" he screamed. No answer, just footsteps getting closer. Then suddenly, a black SUV pulled up slowly across the road. The tinted window rolled down, and inside it sat a woman. Elegant, calm, untouchable, but her eyes were filled with tears. She watched him struggle to stand, watched him try to run again. Her lips trembled as she whispered, "I'm sorry, Daniel." The young man froze. He turned slowly, confused, shocked, broken. "How? Do you know my name?" Silence. The woman closed her eyes and gave a slight nod. The gunmen raised their weapons. Her voice shook as she said, "Do it." The night was unusually quiet. No laughter, no voices. Just the sound of distant thunder rolling across the sky. Inside the small broken shack, Ada and Daniel lay close together on the floor, hungry, tired, but together. Suddenly, loud voices, angry, harsh, dangerous. Ada's eyes snapped open. Daniel sat up immediately. Daniel, whispering, "Did you hear that?" Ada nodded slowly. The voices were getting closer. Not normal voices. These ones carried power and fear. Curiosity pulled them. Carefully, they crawled toward a crack in the wall, peeking outside. Under a flickering streetlight, 3 men stood. One of them, dressed in expensive clothes, calm, too calm. Another man was on his knees begging, "Please, I swear I didn't tell anyone." Ada's heart started racing. Daniel held her hand tightly. The rich man sighed, like he was bored. Then he pulled out a gun. That's what they all say. Bang! The sound exploded through the night. The man dropped instantly, dead. Ada gasped. Her hand flew to her mouth, but it was too late. One of the men turned sharply. "Did you hear that?" Silence, then, "Someone's there." Ada and Daniel froze. Fear swallowed them whole. Daniel whispering fast, "Run!" They got up and ran, barefoot, heart pounding, breathing fast. Behind them, "Hey, stop them!" Footsteps thundered behind them, men chasing, getting closer. Daniel held Ada's hand tightly. "Don't let go!" They turned into a narrow alley, slippery, dark. Ada stumbled, but Daniel pulled her up. They kept running, faster, desperate. But then, Ada's foot caught on a stone. She fell hard. "Ada!" Daniel shouted. She tried to get up, but it was too late. Hands grabbed her. "Got one." Daniel turned back, tears streaming. "Let her go." One of the men raised a gun. "Run, or you die too." Time froze. Ada screamed, "Daniel, run!" He shook his head violently. "I'm not leaving you." The gun clicked. "This is your last warning." Ada's voice broke. "Please, go, please." Daniel stood there, torn, broken, powerless. Then he ran. Not because he wanted to, but because he had no choice. "Daniel!" she screamed. Her voice echoed into the night as he disappeared into darkness. That was the last time they saw each other. Ada struggled in their grip, crying uncontrollably. "Please don't hurt him, please." One of the men smirked. Too late for that. They dragged her away, into a car, into darkness, and into a life she never chose. The night air was cold, heavy, unforgiving. Ada struggled as the men dragged her across the muddy ground. Her feet scraped against stones. Her hands clawed at anything she could grab. "Let me go, please." Her voice cracked, but no one cared. Across the alley, Daniel had stopped running. He turned back, breathing hard, tears blurring his vision. Ada. Her scream echoed again. Daniel! That was it. He couldn't leave. Daniel ran back, faster than before, desperate, fearless. Leave her alone. The men turned, annoyed. One of them laughed. This boy again. Daniel jumped on one of them, punching, kicking, fighting with everything he had. But he was just a child. A heavy hand struck him. Thud. He fell to the ground, hard. Daniel! Ada screamed, struggling even harder. One man pulled out a gun and pointed it directly at Daniel. Silence. Dead silence. Daniel froze, his chest rising fast, eyes wide. Ada's voice broke into pieces. Please, don't kill him, please. The man smirked. You really care about him? Ada nodded violently, tears streaming. Then make this easy. He leaned closer to her. Tell him to run. Ada shook her head. No. No. The gun clicked louder, or I pulled the trigger. Everything slowed down. Ada looked at Daniel, her little brother, her world. Their eyes locked. And in that moment, they both understood. Her voice came out weak, broken, shaking. Daniel, go. He shook his head immediately. No, I'm not leaving you. She screamed now. Go. Tears rolled down his face. I'll find you, I promise. I'll come back for you. Ada smiled through her pain, a heartbreaking smile. I know you will. The gun pressed harder. Run, she screamed. Daniel turned and ran. Not because he wanted to, but because he had to. His footsteps faded into the distance. Ada watched until he disappeared completely. And in that moment, something inside her broke forever. The men dragged her toward a black car. She didn't fight anymore. She didn't scream anymore. She just whispered softly, You promised you'd come back. A tear fell. So I'll stay alive. Until you do. The car door slammed. Darkness swallowed her. The car came to a slow stop. Ada's heart pounded in her chest. Her hands were shaking, her eyes swollen from crying. The door opened. Rough hands dragged her out. She looked up and froze. A massive mansion stood before her. Silent, powerful, untouchable. Move. They pushed her forward, through large doors, into a dimly lit room. At the center, a man sat calmly, well-dressed, relaxed, like nothing in the world could touch him. The same man from that night. Ada's legs felt weak, her breath caught in her throat. Please, she stuttered. My brother, don't hurt him. The man didn't respond immediately. He simply stared at her, studying her. Then he smiled. Not a kind smile, a dangerous one. You care about him that much? Ada nodded quickly, tears falling again. He's all I have. The man leaned forward slowly, his voice calm, but heavy. Then listen carefully. Silence filled the room. You saw something you shouldn't have. Ada trembled, which means I should kill you. Her heart dropped. But he paused, smiling again. I'm willing to make you an offer. Ada looked up slowly, fear mixed with hope. Work for me. She blinked, confused. Do everything I say. No questions, no mistakes. He leaned closer, his eyes locked into hers. And your brother lives. Silence. Ada's world stopped. Her mind raced, her heart screamed. And if I refuse, she whispered. The man leaned back calmly. Then I make one phone call. He snapped his fingers. And that boy you love so much. He made a gun gesture with his hand. Disappears. Ada broke. Tears streamed uncontrollably. Her body shook. Please, please don't hurt him. The man stood up slowly, walked around her like a predator circling prey. "You don't have time to cry." He stopped in front of her. "Yes or no?" Ada closed her eyes. Daniel's face flashed in her mind. His smile, his voice. "I'll come back for you, I promise." Her lips trembled. A tear dropped. "I'll do it." Silence. The man smiled, satisfied. "Good." He turned away. "From today, your old life is over." Ada stood there, broken, empty. "You belong to me now." Later that night, Ada sat alone in a large room, clean, beautiful, but cold. She looked at her hands, still shaking, and whispered, "Daniel, forgive me." A tear fell. "I chose this so you could live." She looked out the window into the dark night. "Even if it destroys me." The city was alive, bright lights, expensive cars, power everywhere. Inside a tall glass building, people stood as she walked in. Ada, elegant, confident, untouchable, dressed in perfection, heels clicking softly on the polished floor. "Good morning, Ma." "Morning, boss. Your meeting is ready." She nodded calmly, no smile, no emotion. To the world, she was successful, she was powerful, she was respected, but inside, she was empty. Inside her office, the door closed. Silence. Ada dropped her bag slowly, walked to the mirror. She stared at herself long, quiet, then whispered, "Who have I become?" Her eyes looked tired, not physically, but deeply. That night, in her luxury apartment, everything was perfect. Soft lights, clean space, silence, too much silence. She sat on her bed, holding something small in her hand, a worn-out photo, 2 children smiling, her and Daniel. Her fingers trembled. "I hope you're alive." A tear dropped on the photo. Suddenly, bang! She flinched. The memory hit again. That night, that gunshot, that scream. She closed her ears. "Stop, please stop." But it wouldn't stop. Days passed, meetings, deals, orders. She gave commands without emotion, even when they were dangerous, even when they hurt people. Because now, she was part of that world. But sometimes, she paused, like something inside her was still fighting. One afternoon, she saw a young boy on the street, dirty, hungry. He looked at her, the same way Daniel used to. Her steps slowed, her heart tightened. She almost called him. But then, a car honked behind her. Reality snapped back. She walked away, fast. "It's not him," she whispered. "It can't be." But deep down, she wasn't sure. That evening, she was called in. The boss sat calmly again, just like years ago. "You've done well." She stayed silent. "But don't forget." He looked at her sharply. "You are here because I allow it." Her jaw tightened. She nodded. "Yes, sir." Even after all these years, she was still a prisoner that night. She stood by her window, looking down at the city lights. So many people, so many lives, but none of it mattered. She whispered softly, "Daniel." Her voice cracked. "Are you still out there?" A tear rolled down her cheek. "Or did I lose you the day I chose this life?" She closed her eyes, and for the first time in years, she allowed herself to cry. The sun rose over the city, busy roads, rushing people. Another normal day, but not for him. A police station buzzed with activity, phones ringing, officers moving fast. Then, the door opened. A man stepped in, calm, focused, silent. Daniel, no longer the scared little boy, now strong, sharp, hardened by life. His eyes told a story: pain, loss, survival. "Morning, Inspector." He nodded slightly. "Morning." Respect followed him, not because he spoke much, but because of what he had done inside his office. Files covered the table, photos, names, clues. At the center of it all, one case. A powerful underground network. Untouchable, invisible, dangerous. Daniel stared at the board, focused. Everyone has a weakness. He circled a name, hard. I just have to find yours. Later that day, he sat alone, quiet. From his wallet, he pulled out something old, a faded photo, 2 children, smiling. His fingers brushed over it gently. Ada. His voice was soft, almost broken. I looked for you. His jaw tightened everywhere. Flashbacks hit. Sleeping on the streets, fighting to survive, asking strangers, getting no answers, but he never gave up. You promised you'd wait. He looked at the photo again, so I'm still looking. Suddenly, a knock. Inspector, we've got something. Daniel stood immediately inside the briefing room. A senior officer spoke. We're reopening the biggest case in this city. Photos flashed on the screen, crimes, money, power. This network has been running for years. Daniel's eyes sharpened. We need our best on this. Pause. That's you. Silence. Daniel nodded. I'll bring them down. A file slid across the table. These are key players. Daniel opened it, flipped through pages. Then he paused. A picture. Ada, older, powerful, different. But something about her felt familiar. He frowned slightly. Who is she? One of the top figures, untouchable. Daniel stared at the image again, longer this time. Why does she look? He stopped, shook his head. Never mind. But something inside him didn't agree. Elsewhere, Ada sat in her office, calm, composed, unaware that the boy she lost was alive, was close, and was coming for everything she worked under. Daniel stood outside the station, looking at the city, determined. Whoever you are, he clenched his fist. I'm coming for you. Cut to Ada, looking out her window, whispering softly. Daniel. 2 lives, one past, about to collide. The city woke up slowly. Traffic building, people rushing, life moving on. But somewhere in that movement, a past refused to stay buried. A police vehicle pulled into the compound. Engine off. Door opened. A man stepped out. Polished black boots touched the ground. Firm, controlled. Daniel. Not the scared boy from the streets anymore. Now, disciplined, observant, dangerous. When focused, his face was calm. But his eyes? They had seen too much. Officers nearby straightened up. Inspector Daniel is here. Respect followed him like a shadow. Inside the station, everything moved fast. But Daniel? He moved with purpose. He entered his office, dropped a file on the table, opened it immediately. Photos spread out, crime scenes, names, faces. At the center, a symbol, a hidden network, powerful, untouchable. Daniel leaned forward, focused. You've been hiding for years. His voice was low, cold, but not anymore. The room fell quiet. Daniel reached into his pocket, pulled out something old, a small worn photograph. 2 children, smiling, holding each other tightly. His fingers brushed over it slowly. Ada. Silence. His voice softened. I kept my promise. His jaw tightened. I didn't stop looking. Running through dark streets, calling her name, sleeping alone, fighting to survive, back to present. You told me to run. A pause, but I never left you. A knock on the door. Inspector briefing room, now. Daniel stood instantly inside the briefing room. Tension filled the air. A senior officer spoke. We are reopening a high-level investigation. Images flashed on screen. Money, weapons, death. This organization controls everything from the shadows. Daniel's eyes locked in. We've never been able to reach the top. Pause. Until now. The officer looked directly at him. You're leading this. No hesitation. Understood. A file was handed to him. These are the key figures. Daniel flipped through it, calm, focused. Then he stopped. One picture. Ada, older, elegant, powerful. But something hit him. A strange feeling. His eyes narrowed slightly. Who is she? One of the top players, very dangerous. Daniel kept staring, longer than necessary. She looks... He stopped, shook his head slightly. Forget it. But deep down, something had already connected. Across the city, Ada stepped out of her car. People greeted her with respect. Good morning, Ma. She nodded, composed, unaware that the boy she cried for is alive, is close, and is slowly uncovering her world. Daniel stood on a rooftop, looking over the city. Whoever you are, his voice firm, I will find you. Cut to Ada at her window, looking at the same city, whispering softly, Daniel. Split screen feeling. Two hearts, one past, moving toward a collision. That will change everything. The city moved like nothing was wrong. Cars, people, noise. But beneath it all, though war was building. On one side, Daniel, hunting the truth on the other. Ada, protecting a lie, neither knowing. They were chasing each other. Inside the investigation room, maps covered the wall, strings connecting people, places, money. Daniel stood in front of it, focused, silent. There's a pattern. He circled locations, one by one. Every operation links back to one central point. His finger stopped, a company name. Ada's company. His partner frowned. You think they're involved? Daniel's eyes hardened. I don't think. Pause. I know. Elsewhere. Ada sat in a meeting, executives talking, numbers, plans, expansion. But she wasn't listening. Her phone buzzed, a message from the boss. The investigator is getting close. Her heart skipped. Handle it. Her fingers tightened around the phone. Daniel walked into the company building. Reception quieted. Eyes followed him. Police? He showed his badge. Investigation. Upstairs. Ada stood near the window. Her assistant rushed in. Ma, the police are here. Silence. Who's leading it? Inspector Daniel. The name hit her like lightning. Her body froze. What did you say? Daniel. Her breath caught. It can't be. Daniel stepped out of the elevator. Ada stood at the end of the hallway, back turned, just a few steps away. So close. Too close. Daniel walked forward slowly. Something felt strange, familiar, like a memory trying to wake up. He stopped. Ada felt it too, her heart racing, her hands trembling. She almost turned. Almost. Then, her phone buzzed again. Don't make a mistake. Her eyes closed. She walked away, fast. Daniel turned the corner. Too late. She was gone. Later. Daniel reviewed security footage. There she was, walking away. He paused the video, zoomed in, his eyes narrowed. That woman again. Something deeper hit him this time. A feeling he couldn't explain. That night, Ada sat alone, breathing heavily. Daniel? Tears rolled down. You're alive. Her voice shook. And you're coming for me. She held her head. What do I do? Her phone rang. She answered slowly. The boss's voice came cold. You hesitated today. Silence. Don't forget who you are. Pause. Then, eliminate him. Her heart shattered. The phone dropped from her hand. No. Tears fell uncontrollably. Not him. But deep down, she knew. The collision had begun, and there was no turning back. The city was quiet, lights dim, everything at peace. But not inside her. Ada lay on her bed, eyes closed, body still. But her mind was awake. Darkness, endless, cold, then footsteps running. A child's voice echoes, "Ada, wait for me." Her eyes snap open, but she's not awake. She's inside it. She's back in that alley. Rain pouring, heart racing. Daniel's hand in hers. "Don't let go," he cries. She grips tighter. Then, suddenly, his hand slips, gone. "Daniel?" She turns. He's standing far away, alone, looking at her. Not scared, not crying, just disappointed. The scene changes instantly. Daniel is older now, the same man he is today, standing in front of her, gun in his hand, pointed at her. Her breath stops. "You left me." His voice is calm, cold. She shakes her head quickly. "No, I didn't. I tried. You chose them." Silence. Tears fall down her face. "I did it for you." He steps closer. "Then why does it feel like you killed me?" Ada drops to her knees. "I was trying to save you." Her voice cracks. "I didn't have a choice." Daniel looks at her. No anger, just pain. "You had one." Pause. "Me." Suddenly gunshot bang. Ada screams. She jerks up from bed, breathing heavily, sweat covering her body. "No, no, no." Her hands shake uncontrollably. She looks around. Her room, her reality. But it doesn't feel safe. She gets up, walks to the mirror, looks at herself, eyes red, face broken. "What have I done?" Tears fall slowly. "What did I become?" She whispers, "What if he finds out?" Pause. "What if he hates me?" Her voice drops, almost gone. "What if he's right?" She sinks to the floor, back against the wall, holding her head. "I was trying to save him." Silence, then softly. "Wasn't I?" Night. The city lights flickered below, but inside the mansion, silence. Ada stood at the entrance, still, tense. She hadn't been called here like this in years. A guard opened the door. He's waiting. Her heartbeat quickened. She walked in, slowly. The room was dim, same as before. Nothing had changed. At the center, he sat, calm, relaxed, like a man who already knew the ending. "Ada." Her name sounded heavy in his voice. She didn't respond. "You've been avoiding me." Silence. "You hesitated today." Her fingers clenched slightly. "I handled it." He smiled faintly. "No." He leaned forward, eyes sharp. "You delayed it." The room grew colder. He stood up slowly, walked toward her, each step echoing. "You used to be efficient." Pause. "Clean." He stopped right in front of her. "What changed?" Ada swallowed hard. "Nothing." "A lie." He chuckled softly. "Don't insult me." He picked up a file, threw it on the table. "Inspector Daniel." Ada froze. Her heart stopped. Slowly, she looked at the file. Daniel's face stared back at her. Alive. Close. Real. Her lips parted slightly. "Sir, He cut her off instantly. "Don't." Silence, heavy. "I know everything." Her chest tightened. "Your hesitation. Your delays. Your little attempts to protect him." Tears gathered in her eyes. "You've grown emotional." He leaned closer, voice low, deadly. "So let me make this simple." Pause. "Kill him." Silence exploded in the room. Ada's breath caught. "No." Her voice was barely a whisper. "You don't have a choice." She shook her head slowly. "Not him." The man walked past her, calm. "You remember the rules." He stopped behind her. "If you fail." Pause. "You both die." Her eyes shut tight. Tears fell. She turned slowly. "Please." Her voice cracked completely now. "Anything else? Give me anything else." He looked at her, no emotion. "You already chose your path years ago." Silence. "Now walk it." He walked back to his seat, sat down calmly. "You have 48 hours. Pause. Bring me his body." He looked directly into her eyes. "Or I take both of yours." Ada stood there, frozen, broken, her hands shaking. Her heart shattered. Slowly, she picked up the file. Daniel's face stared back at her again. A tear dropped on it. How do I kill you? Her voice barely existed. After everything I did to keep you alive? She turned, walked out slowly. Not strong, not powerful, just destroyed. Clock ticking. 48 hours. Ada sat alone in her car, engine off, silence loud. Daniel's file rested on her lap. Her fingers trembled as she opened it again. His face clear, alive, close. I found you. Her voice broke, only to lose you again. She closed her eyes. Tears slipped down. I won't let them touch you. Pause. Even if it means becoming the monster you think I am. She picked up her phone. Get me your best men. Her voice was cold now, controlled. Target? She paused, just for a second. Inspector Daniel. Silence. Consider it done. She hung up. Her hand dropped slowly. Forgive me. Elsewhere. Daniel stepped out of the station. Something felt wrong. Too quiet, too still. His instincts kicked in. We're being watched. His partner looked confused. What do you mean? Daniel's eyes scanned the area. I don't know yet. Pause, but something just changed. Night. Daniel drove alone, street empty, lights flickering. Then, headlights behind him, fast, too fast. A black car, it rammed into him. Bam! His car swerved. Another car blocked the front. Trap. Damn it! Men stepped out, armed. End of the road, Inspector. Daniel stepped out slowly, hands up, eyes sharp. Who sent you? No answer, just gunfire. Bang, bang. He rolled behind his car, returned fire, chaos, bullets flying, glass shattering. Daniel moved fast, smart, 1 down, 2 down, but more kept coming. Far away. Inside her car, Ada watched through a live feed, her breathing uneven. Too many. She grabbed her phone quickly. Pull them back? What? Now? Suddenly, the attackers hesitated. We're aborting? Orders changed. They retreated, vast, leaving Daniel standing there, breathing hard, confused. Daniel lowered his gun slowly. Why would they stop? His mind raced. They had me. Pause. Unless... He looked around. Someone didn't want me dead. Ada dropped the phone. Tears fell instantly. I can't do this. She held her head. I can't kill him. But then her phone buzzed again. A message. Don't fail me again. Her expression changed. Fear returned. She looked at Daniel's file again. This time, her eyes were different, torn, broken, but cornered. If I don't do it, her voice dropped. They will. Silence. And next time, a tear fell. I may not be able to save you. Night. An abandoned warehouse. Cold, silent, dangerous. Daniel walked in slowly, gun ready. I know you're here. His voice echoed. From the shadows, Ada stepped out. Their eyes met. No running this time, no hiding. Daniel, it ends today. Ada nodded slowly. Yes, it does. Silence, heavy. Why are you doing this? He asked. Her lips trembled. Because I have no choice. There's always a choice. His voice cracked with frustration. Then you don't understand the world I'm in? Daniel stepped closer. Then make me understand. Tears filled her eyes. I tried to protect you. He froze. What? Her voice shook completely now. That night, when they took me, his breath stopped. Ada. Silence. Time froze. It's me. The world collapsed around him, his gun lowered slowly. No. No. His voice broke. It can't be. I never left you, she cried. Everything I did was to keep you alive. Daniel staggered back. All these years. Tears filled his eyes. You were alive. She nodded. And you became this? Pain, confusion, anger. I became what I had to be. You could have found me. They would have killed you. Silence exploded between them. Suddenly, gunshots, bang, bang. Men stormed in. The boss stepped out slowly, clapping. Beautiful reunion. Ada's face dropped. You shouldn't have come here. Daniel raised his gun again. It ends with you. The boss laughed. No. He looked at Ada. It ends with her. Gunshots fired. Chaos exploded. Daniel fought back, taking down men, but a gun was aimed at him from behind. Ada saw it. Time slowed. Daniel. Without thinking, she ran. Bang! The bullet hit her. Silence. She fell into his arms. Daniel held her tightly. No. No. Stay with me. Tears streamed down his face. You just came back. You can't leave. Ada smiled weakly. I never left. Her hand touched his face. I was always with you. His voice broke completely. I'm sorry. I didn't know. She shook her head slowly. You kept your promise. A tear rolled down her cheek. You came back. Her voice faded. Now, live your life. Pause, softly. For both of us. Her hand dropped. Still. Gone. Days later. Daniel stood by her grave. Silence. Wind blowing softly. He placed the old photo down. You didn't fail me. His voice calm, but heavy. You saved me. A tear fell. Even when it cost you everything. He stood there. A long time. And finally, he turned. Walked away. Not broken, but changed forever. Sometimes, the people we think betrayed us were the ones who loved us the most. If you enjoy the story, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more of our real-life story.